Hello there. Lovely night, isn't it? So many stars. Hush, hush, hush now. Please don't scream. If you scream, I may be forced to do something drastic that neither of us would enjoy. Shh. There we go. That's more like it. I must apologize for waking you up. Normally I'm much stealthier, but I happen to be in a bit of a rush tonight. Do I normally jump in through strangers' bedroom windows in the middle of the night? Well, when you put it in like that... I must beg your pardon. In my defense, I didn't expect you to wake up. Which, of course, does not excuse my breaking and entering, but I promise I have a good reason for doing so. If you would kindly sit down on the bed and be absolutely silent, I will try my best to leave in approximately 15 minutes, give or take a couple more. Oh, I do apologize, but it can't be helped. Can you hear that racket down the streets right now?
Citizens of Stormwind, the Royal Knights of His Majesty, King of Stormwind and High King of the Alliance, Anwin Lang Rin, has ordered the immediate search of a wanted criminal last reported in the Old Town Square. For your safety, please stay in your homes and await further instruction.
That's the king's men, his hired guards, and hired mercenaries, and all his royal hounds. If I go out there right now, I may be hanged for my troubles. Oh, please don't look so shocked, darling. You're gonna make me feel bad. Though I suppose it's a rather appealing expression on you. Well, yes. We could definitely discuss what on earth I've done to deserve being hanged by the king's men. But first, we could also take this opportunity to settle down and get comfortable, since it seems I'm going to be stuck here for a bit. Perhaps we can get to know each other even better. Ah, how quick you are to reject me. You know, I didn't quite take you to be the cold-hearted type. Alright, yes, to be fair, I did just break through your window. At any rate, there's no need to be shy. For all your bravado, you really think I'm quite good-looking, don't you? I know you do. There's nothing to be ashamed of. You're adorable when you're flustered, darling. Really, I mean it. I could just eat you up. Oh, that's absolutely precious, but please don't try to threaten me. You're sensible enough to know that you can't do anything to me right now. You're in your night clothes, and all you have for self-defense is a pillow. I, on the other hand, have a knife. But no, I am not going to hurt you. Not if I can help it. I've had enough of that to last me a lifetime. And I suppose I do owe you some sort of explanation, if only to pass the time. How about this? You be good and don't scream, or try to smother me with that pillow, and I'll tell you a little bit about myself. Do we have a deal? Lovely. Now, well, yes. You could say I'm on the wrong side of the law, as it were. Though wrong is such an arbitrary term, don't you think? Oh, not impressed, are we? Alright, let me see. As you know by now, I'm not exactly in the king's good graces. There's a couple of reasons for that, but for simplicity's sake, let's just say I've stolen something from him. Does it matter so much what I've stolen? Let's be frank with each other, darling. The king is no saint. He's a young tyrant. Everybody knows he jumped at the chance to take over the throne as soon as his father fell ill. At the risk of sounding bitter, this kingdom was a better, fairer place before we wound up with a power-hungry brat like our ruler. Us common folk have been the ones to suffer for his choices. I'm just trying to balance the scales, if only a little. A personal vendetta against our dearest sovereign? Me? However did you guess? Darling, the circumstances of my falling out with the king are a well-kept secret. I'm a wanted man. I can't go exposing all my personal affairs. It's not safe for either of us. But trust me, if you knew the things I did, you'd form a vendetta or two yourself. At any rate, now you know, I may be a criminal, but I suppose that's a fair price to pay for putting an end to His Majesty's schemes. But no, darling, don't get all starry-eyed now. I'm no hero. In fact, I'm a very bad man. You're risking a lot just by being in the same room as me. I just happen to be a slightly better man than the king. Probably. Possibly. Though, better is also a rather subjective term, isn't it? Well, morals aside, that's the gist of it. I'm making an attempt to save the kingdom and its people, which includes pretty little things like you. It's not a bad goal if I do say so myself. It does sound like a bit of a pipe dream, doesn't it? But I promise, there's some hope of success. This item I've stolen, for instance, I wouldn't go pinching the king's possessions out of pure spite. No. This is one part of his treasury that he simply cannot function without. If all goes as planned, his authority over the kingdom will be limited. Though to what extent, I can't quite say. And when instability sets in, revolutionaries rise. Or something like that. I don't know. I'm not much of a rebel leader myself. I like to operate in the shadows. It's really not half bad. If I were out there showing myself off in broad daylight instead of sneaking about, I wouldn't have met you. I suppose it would have been nicer if we met in circumstances where I don't threaten you, and you're not half frightened to death by me. But, well, I'll take what I can get. It's been a long time since.
Stormwind Guard, open your door now. We will not ask again.
Hermit! How the hell do they know? The thugs are getting smarter by the day, I swear. Listen carefully, darling. You mustn't tell them the truth. That's for both your sake and mine. Let them in, but pretend to be in hysterics. Absolutely inconsolable. You've just been assaulted by a heinous criminal who held a knife to your throat in your sleep and threatened you with death if you dared said anything. You don't know anything about me, you haven't seen the wanted posters, and you don't know what I was doing in the neighborhood, alright? Very good. Now, go put on a show for me, darling. Well, yes, I am going through the window again. There is no other way for me to go, is there? I promise I won't damage your curtains. Goodbye for now, darling. I'll come back for you sometime. I always do. What? Oh, nothing. Come on, down you go. Open the door, and don't forget you're supposed to be hysterical with fear. Good night, darling. Goodbye. Until we meet again. Hello there, beautiful people. Thank you for listening to this audio channel. This is technically my first ASMR content video. I had one made prior to this, but it wasn't very good in recording terms. Too much buzzing, popping sounds, and I just couldn't bear to show that to anyone without feeling awful about it. I wanted to make this for a certain someone out there, which we have both enjoyed World of Warcraft's lore for many years, the Defias Brotherhood being one of our favorite groups in the game. The original script was made by Anxiety Go Around in the Script Haven subreddit at reddit.com. If YouTube has given me link privileges, you can find the link to their Reddit account down in the description below. Please do give them a view if you enjoyed the writing, as I certainly have. Thank you, and have an awesome night.